Hello, emerging leaders, and thank you for having reviewed and requested these slides. I was working on how to best put into slide form the discussion part that we didn't get to in person, and it was becoming a lot of slides that weren't necessarily encompassing all that I wanted to say. So I thought I would insert myself into the current technological opportunities afforded to me and put together this very quick video. So you read the ongoing opportunity available from the Kresge Foundation. The Kresge funds a bit nationally. It also does some place-based funding. I think that you should review its website, www.kresge.org. You should also all have an account at GuideStar if you don't already. Please set up an account at www.guidestar.org. And that will give you access to every nonprofit organization's 990 IRS forms. You want to see from a foundation where other funding is going, how much is going to what types of organizations. Because if you're researching that foundation to see if the project you think is a good fit actually is a good fit, the best way is to see what they're already funding. You by yourself are not going to force funding out of a foundation, but you can align yourself with their already articulated outcomes and objectives and be a partner. So see if you fit. See if you fit. It can get excessive, and you'll remember that I said, for me, this type of work, this type of in-depth and intentional prospect research is about 20% of my time. So I really am serious about the way I spend my time. I give a full day of my week to prospect research. And that's just because we don't have a full-time prospect researcher in the National Urban League's offices. If we did have a full-time prospect researcher, as I did in some previous jobs, I would have weekly meetings with that prospect manager to go over my needs, to go over prospect strategy, to ensure my data is clean in the database and that I have the right prospect profile moving forward, to see if anything new has come up in the news, to see if they've announced anything on their website, some giving, some changes in leadership. So if you're spending a day just looking at, do I have the right type of project or program to propose to the Kresge Foundation for this particular opportunity, you want to schedule a meeting with your health manager or whoever runs your programs at your affiliate. You want to have a minute, schedule time to brainstorm with yourself. Pretend that you have a meeting scheduled with the program officer. What would you ask them about this opportunity that you could not find out on your own online, right? Because there's a lot out there. So I'm always an advocate for getting a program officer on the phone. But if you get a program officer on the phone and their answers to a lot of your questions are per our website, if you check our website, let me direct you to our website, they're not really helping you. They're actually making notes that you didn't do your research. Sorry to inform you, they're not being helpful. They're actually throwing some shade, sipping the tea. So you don't want that. You don't want that. You want them to drink your Kool-Aid. You don't want them to sip tea. So I would suggest doing all the research you can. Go to the websites of people they already fund. Read other people's annual reports. Comb through Google News. I mean, so much is afforded to you. It's not the old days where I would have to take my one day of prospect research, go out of the office to the Foundation Center library in my area. Or if I'm in an area where there's not a Foundation Center library, really just be combing through newspapers at my regular library. Like, we've come a long way technologically, so use that to your advantage. Use the internet. So you want to schedule some time to brainstorm with yourself. You want to look over the funder's website. You want to go through their 990. You want to see who else they fund. You might even want to look at other program areas that they talk about on their website that is not within the program area that you're applying to. And why would you do this? Especially for Kresge, and here's just a tip about Kresge and other foundations like Kresge that have multiple funding areas. They're looking for synergy. They're looking for ways that their funding opportunities can connect and can overlap. So see if there are ways that you can connect that way. They might not have publicly stated that they're really interested in education as they talk about this health opportunity, but see if anyone that they fund also has strong education, and you'll see that they're setting something up in the pipeline that you want to be a part of. So you're brainstorming by yourself, you're combing through their website, you're doing intensive internet research. This is like put on your out of office, turn off all your social media. I mean, when I do prospect research, I am deep in. It's like stealth operations. You can't find me. Sometimes, and I negotiate this with my boss, I made a decision if I don't have a full-time prospect researcher available to me, prospect research is that important to foundation fundraising that I will request a day that I work from home. I cannot be interrupted. It can't just be, oh, just popping by, oh, just have this quick question, run into this meeting. It is blocked time on my calendar every week. I need this information to be having the right conversations internally with program staff and externally with potential funders. So after that intensive research, I take a break, a walk, I go for lunch. It's normally about 1 o'clock by now if I started at 9. And I already have on my calendar to talk to someone in programs. I've been deep in. I've been in the weeds. I've been in my own head. I need to come out and have a really good sounding board conversation with someone. Please develop that relationship with your program staff. And if you are program staff, please develop that relationship with your development staff. We just want to help. We're support, but we really need your thoughts. And just because we don't run the programs, it doesn't mean we're not thoughtful people. We're very thoughtful. And we just like to share our thoughts with others. So please do share your thoughts with us and let us bounce ideas off you. And why is this so important? I promise for each of you looking at this opportunity in the previous slide, there are that many different ideas of what's a good fit. So your actual homework, right? So what you're actually supposed to do, or what I was hoping to do in person with all of you, and I'm so sorry I didn't manage time better to get that done. What you actually want to do is do a little bit of digging. It doesn't have to go deep. Do a little bit of digging into what type of project you either already have at your affiliate, or that you think might be a good fit for your affiliate, or that maybe you heard another one of your colleagues or someone in your cohort has at their affiliate. Because of Kresge in this particular example, we're in the health area. So not every affiliate has strong health programming, but nevertheless, you could even look at NUL's Project Wellness Signature Model, whatever works. Think of a project that is relevant and think to yourself, what are the strengths of this project per the context of this opportunity? How would I frame my proposal or a concept paper? You know, if I got the program officer on the phone, what are the types of questions I would ask? And that type of discussion, those types of questions, even asking yourself is a great first step, rather than just sending out your boilerplate template information about your project blindly and kind of ridiculously, but also talking about it with someone who might have seen it another way. Questions aren't always to shut you down. If it's a real inquiry-based question, it will refine your thinking. You want to send your best possible proposal in. And I'm saying proposal, but it really is every step of the way. You want to have your strongest informational interview. You want to have your strongest possible conversation with a program officer. You want to set up strong internal meetings. When you bring the internal stakeholders together, when you bring finance and programs and advancement together, and you have a discussion about pursuing this opportunity, yay or nay, you want to provide good information. You want to have a really deep dive where you're not just chasing dollars, but really improving your progress toward mission fulfillment. That's really what this is about. This is about making your communities better. So it can't just be through money. If we had all the money in the world, I'm not convinced that we'd achieve our mission. But if we had good thoughtfulness and the resources to put our thoughts into action, I think we'd be closer. So that was kind of the discussion I wanted to have in person. I wanted us all to read through the opportunity. That is a real live opportunity at Kresge. Like, this might be real live stuff you could do at your affiliate. And I'm more than happy to connect you with program officers. It's all for the movement, right? I don't mind. Call me, email me, let me know what your ideas are, and I'll see if, you're not able to get through directly to a program officer. I'll see if I can make some noise. We'll see. But this is real. The Kresge has us on their site right now. So you should go check it out there. The links on their site are all active to their program areas. Um, they accept proposals on a rolling basis, um, which is code word for one of the questions you always want to write a program officer is, what would be the most favorable time for you to receive this concept paper or proposal? Rolling basis doesn't mean we just always have money. Know that at a foundation, there's already a docket fit for every board meeting. You want to get on the board docket where there's space for a new proposal. Ask that question, please. So, yeah, look through it, do a little research, and I would say either you're going to ask a coworker at your affiliate, or you're going to ask another person in your emerging leader cohort what their thoughts were about the RFP and get some feedback on your own. And that's the assignment. I think it's really important. One of the signs I have up in my office, which I'm not right now, we're not allowed to paint offices green. I'm at home. But one of the little posters, like self-motivating or really just reminder to myself, is the definition of oculism, which is the awareness of the smallness of your perspective. You don't know it all. And fundraising from foundation sources is a very collaborative team sport. You've got to learn to be divorced from the emotions of your great idea. What you want to do is be honest that not every great idea gets funded. The strongest proposal is reviewed favorably. And it might not always come from the best idea, but it's just the most well articulated, well packaged, well thought out proposal. So that's what I'm hoping everyone gets to. If not right now, this year in this cohort, at some point in your career, if you stay in nonprofits long enough, you will deal with grant writing, you will deal with fundraising, maybe not from a foundation source, but if you do, it's about the best possible proposal, and you get there oftentimes by building the strongest relationship. So you cannot have the strongest relationship with your own opinions. That will not always lead to success, and I want you all to be super duper successful. So that's it from me. That was the assignment. You see, if I put this in slides, I would have lost you, but I'm hoping that seeing my animated face and my moving and my jiving helps and encourages and excites you about doing what really is homework. Mean teacher. But no, go ahead, do the homework. It's amazing. Like, it's a good process. It's a good exercise. Schedule some time in your life over the next 7 days to get it done. And email me, call me, let me know how it goes. I want to hear feedback, please. Bye.